What's up, you guys? Hey. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Ooh, yeah. I'm good. I had to be up early this morning. I came back home and that couch got me, honey. And next thing I knew, I sat down. I called myself. I said, I'm going to watch a little bit of this. You know, it's Christmas in July down to the Hallmark Channel. I said, I'm going to watch a little bit of this Christmas movie, baby. Next thing I knew, it was off. You know, the movies last 2 hours. So I guess I had me a 2-hour nap. Anyway. Happy Saturday. I'm going to say hi to the people. This is a tribe meeting, so you guys know we are a little more informal when we have our tribe meetings. So we're going to take it slow. Cajun, if you are in the bushes, you know, Cajun will give y'all the timestamp. Now, if y'all are catching this in the replay and y'all just want to get to the dirt, Cajun will give y'all the timestamp. I do have a couple of housekeeping announcements to make before we get into some things. So, as you guys know, well, first of all, let me say hi to my people. Hey, everybody. We have 41 people already in the room. Hey, Ray, how you doing, boo? Hey, Des, Lexi, I'm glad you're getting the notifications, my love. How are you? Yana, Robert Brown, Diddy got to compete with Trump now. Ciao. Katrina, lovely Nola. I'm good, Robert. It's good to see you. How you doing, baby? Hey, Melly, what's up, Amber? Chuck, Tata CEO, Marnie, Tanya. Anyone else see Twisters? I have no interest in seeing Twisters. I didn't want to see the first one. I know I don't want to see the second one. Hey, Jay Diva, what's up? Sincerely, Gigi, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Hey, really be in chat. Glad to finally made a lot. I'm glad you're here. Tanya, if I missed anybody, charge it to my head, not my heart. It's the real Tashi. Hey, boo. Okay. So, hey, Montrez, baby. So here's the announcement I need to make for you guys. So you guys know that I split my channel at the beginning of the year, right? We have ReallyBTV reviews. It is monetized. So you guys know that my television reviews will 95% of the time be over there only. Every once in a while, depending on what the situation is, I may stream it on both channels, but we are doing primarily our review content over there. So if you want to see my reviews, please make sure that you are headed over there. You already subscribed. I know most of you guys are. But if you are not, make sure you get over there because I don't want nobody to be like, Really B, you stopped doing reviews? Really B, you don't review this anymore? Really B, what happened to this? All of that's over there. Now, here's what I had to do, though. Remember, for those of you who were here when I first did it, remember I was uploading all of my old videos over there? Well, I think it flagged, even though both channels are my channels, when I was trying to monetize the second channel, I think if YouTube was like, because YouTube denied my monetization at first, and I had to do an appeal. I won the appeal, but what I did was I said, the only thing I can think of is maybe they're thinking that I'm using other people's content, even though it's my content. And I had to link both of the channels, so it should have been a way for them to know that it was me. But I said, rather than argue with YouTube about their stuff, let me just get this channel monetized. So I deleted a bunch of those videos. I just deleted them, child. So what I'm saying is I am going to get back to the retro commentary, the retro content. But there it is right there. Tracy, thank you, Tracy Boo. Tracy says she washing off the highball glasses for the drink specials. So she can get y'all the drink specials. Y'all know the bar open when Tracy get here and if she feel like it. Okay. Now y'all know that and the lounge is upstairs for those that need to go upstairs to the lounge. The lounge is upstairs, you know, for those of you that like to partake in herbal remedies, right? And Yana will take y'all up there. If Yana's not here, somebody will take y'all up there. If you're new here, if you are new here, you raise your hand if you need to go upstairs to the upstairs lounge. If you drop in the chat the kind of drink you want, Tracy said the bar is getting ready to open. Give her a few minutes to get them glasses together. Y'all know that at 200, when we get 200 people in the room, that's when we open up the hookah bar. If you're new here, I'm giving you the rules. Now, if we get to 300 people, that's when Chef Don Don, if he's here, he'll go ahead and open up the kitchen and he'll start taking orders. Okay? Baby Yana said the balcony opens as soon as the intro music starts. I know that's right, Yana. So with the retro reviews, I am going to start doing retro content again, but it's just going to pick up from wherever I left off. I don't want to play that game with YouTube where they say, oh no, this is old. This is from. So y'all will start getting Falcon Crest again, Different World again, and Real Housewives of New Jersey again. But I'm just going to pick up wherever I left off on this channel. Trying to transfer it over, I think, was causing some problems. So just so you guys know that, I kind of took the last 2 weeks off to just kind of relax and get myself back together, coming back off of vacation. And I was in a workshop. I had to do so I had homework to do and stuff. But this week, I'm going to get back to just content. Okay? All right. Oh, we got a coconut rum mojito in the chat. Ty said they already in the VIP. Right. If you lit up in green, you already know you need to go over to the VIP. You know what you already got your armband. Just going over to the VIP. Okay. Lovely Nola headed upstairs with the okay, boo. All right. Yes, Falcon Crest, y'all. I'm gonna get you guys some Falcon Crest this week. Yeah, I'm getting back into the swing of things. So those are the church announcements. Let's get into some of these things. First of all, I want to give a special rest in power to Representative Sheila Jackson. We found out a few months ago that she was battling cancer. She has succumbed to that battle at the age of 74. I'm just going to read you guys a little bit of her bio. If you are not familiar with her, please just Google it. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, who served in Congress for nearly 3 decades, has died at the age of 74. Today, with incredible grief for our loss, yet deep gratitude for the life she shared with us, we announce the passing of United States Representative Sheila Jackson Lee of the 18th Congressional District of Texas. Her family wrote in a statement that they shared on her Twitter account. Her family did not specify a cause of death, but the news comes just over 1 month after the Congresswoman revealed that she had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was undergoing treatment. Jackson Lee was first elected to the House in 1994, besting then incumbent Representative Craig Washington in a Democratic primary. She went on to defeat her Republican opponent in the general election, beginning her almost 30-year tenure in the House. The Congresswoman served on the House Judiciary Committee, Homeland Security, and Budget Committees. I'm going to read you a local, national, and international humanitarian. She was acknowledged worldwide for her courageous fights. I hate when these things jump. For her courageous fights for racial justice, criminal justice, and human rights, with a special emphasis on women and children. Her legislative victories impacted millions, from establishing the Juneteenth federal holiday to reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act. She won her Democratic primary for Texas 18th Congressional District in March, reigning victorious after a competitive race for her seat. The win came after she mounted a failed campaign for Houston mayor. The Congresswoman's family nodded to her legacy in announcing her death this evening. She impacted us most as our beloved wife, sister, mother, and BB, parentheses, grandmother. The family statement reads, she will be dearly missed, but her legacy will continue to inspire all who believe in freedom, justice, and democracy. So, because she won her primary, they're going to appoint somebody to take her, to take that place against the Democratic runner down there in Texas. I'm sure El Teddy will give you guys more information on his politics breakdowns. Oh, Miss Parker gifted some memberships. Thank you for the gifted memberships. I sat next to her at my first Beyonce concert. She was a great fun. Oh, wow, Majani, look at that memories. Who got the gifted membership? Yes, pancreatic cancer moves very fast. It does. That form of cancer is a beast. Take your rest, queen. Thank you, Julia Sugarbaker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Who got the gifted membership? Make sure you guys thank, if you were in the chat, make sure you guys thank Miss Parker for gifting the membership. Thank you, Star. Hey, Really B, before you go on to the next, how's your dad doing? Hope he's doing well. Child, my dad is doing good. I was over there today. Child, he walking around without his walker. He talking about, congratulations, Dad's Hop. Thank you for, congratulations for becoming a member for the month, my love. Child, he doing good. Like I said, that's where I was this morning. Child, my mama called a 9:30 family meeting. 9:30 in the morning. Family meeting. And I asked her, was there going to be breakfast? And she said I wasn't planning on it. And I said, well, how you going to call a meeting at 9:30 and not give us no bagels, no fruit tray, no scrambled eggs, nothing? We just got to show up. Anyway, so what mama want, child, we can get into that in members only, child. I don't want to take up too much time here, but I'll probably tell y'all all about it in my members only. So, but he's moving around really well. You know, for those of y'all who know my dad was going, child, we was struggling with him and, you know, with everything after his surgery. So he had knee surgery. So he's supposed to have the other knee done. And baby, he was like, I ain't doing the other knee. I'm not going through this again. If I got to walk with a cane the rest of my life, I'm just going to walk with a cane. So my mother told me that this week he was talking about getting his other knee done. So he's doing really well because he has moved past the pain and all of that. So hopefully, hey, Don Boo. So hopefully that's that. So yeah, so he's doing good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Happy birthday to your dad. He's turning 88. Wow. Your dad did the same thing. Yeah, honey. But I told my dad when he was talking about it, I said, you know, Daddy, probably one of the most painful things in the world is to give birth. I ain't never gave birth, but I hear all about it. Okay. I said, and women keep doing it. I said, you get past the pain. Once you get past the pain, then you remember, I said, you're going to see how good you feel. And you're going to want to get that other knee done. And I guess he's at that point now where he want to get that other knee done. Okay. So anyway. All right, you guys. So let's get into it. Let's get into our short bits. Y'all, I think Ashanti either might be in labor or already had the baby. Last night, they said that Nelly was a no-show at the Janet Jackson concert. He was not there to open. They, you know, let everybody know that Nelly would not be available. And rumor is that Ashanti was in labor. So we're going to keep positive vibes and positive thoughts for Nelly and Ashanti. Again, it was confirmed, I think, in People magazine that they are actually already married. I think we already talked about that the rumor was that they were married, but it's been confirmed that they are already married. And the baby, I guess, you know, positive vibes that the baby is here. So congratulations to them. Hope all went well. Bad news, you guys. This one I don't understand. Why they ain't had nobody ready to take Nelly place? They had to know that at some point before this tour was over, Nelly was going to have to dip out and go be daddy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kenyon, for becoming a member again, child. I know YouTube does that every couple of months. They do it to me. Every couple of months, it's like I guess they want to make sure that you really want to keep doing this charging thing. Oh, y'all. Ooh. I got to tell y'all what happened to me with AT&T yesterday. What's up, Brother Deb? I tried to call Pam today. I hope y'all were out and about getting in this good summertime stuff. So, y'all, it hurt me to my heart, but I think I'm going to have to just go ahead and admit it. I think it is finally over between Remy Ma and Papoose. They said that Remy Ma done changed her name back to her maiden name on her social medias. I don't see no ring on her finger no more. Y'all, I really, really, really hate that. Right, Nelly a daddy and a papa. I'm a liar. What I lie about? BT, what? Robin, what I lie about? I'm telling you what they had said. What I lie about, Robin? She said, you are a liar. What did I lie about? She been on that laptop working all day, but that's, listen, she worked hard for the money. They said Papoose got a girlfriend. They said, you know, they already what they've been saying about Remy Ma with the dude from her rap battle dude. Y'all, I really, because here's the thing. I was in denial for so long because I really, 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 really loved them together. And I really loved what they stood for. Baby, that man held her down. Do you know that or not? Now, women will hold a man down while he in jail. Women will hold a man down on death row, child. Talking about he coming home soon. But men very rarely be holding their women down like that. And Papoose held that woman down while she was locked up, okay? He held her down. And then when she got out, I said, okay, well, we're going to see, once she's home, we're going to see how this works once she's home. But when she came home, they looked like they were doing well, baby. They had a baby together. Unfortunately, they did suffer a couple of miscarriages, which maybe that wore on the marriage, but they did. You know, they have a beautiful baby girl together. You know, they was on the love and the hippie hoppy. Y'all, my feelings was so hurt. But I think I'm going to just have to accept it. Not she for the streets. Dan said Remy is for the streets. I'm not doing this with you, brother Dave. I'm not doing this with you. Not me, girl. Get locked up and I'm up and this stuff. Listen, but yeah, listen, let me tell you something. Those women will hold those men down. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Right. Papoose kept her calm and level. He doesn't entertain her BS. Yeah, my little feelings was hurt, but I just had to bring it to y'all because it came to me, so I had to bring it to y'all. Okay. It came to me, so I had to bring it to y'all. What's up, Gigi? Good evening. I hate that for them too, but if one of them is no longer feeling it, move on to healing. He truly held her down, and I'm sure she thanks him for that. Best of them. Well, the fact that, let me say this, what I will respect, and I will always, even though my job, is to come down here and tell y'all everybody else's business, I respect people who don't tell us their business. I respect it. Let me tell you something. I respect the fact that whatever is going on between them, we have no idea. We don't know if that woman really treated. For all we know, they might have already been separated before she started dating this other dude. We don't know. I mean, it looked like to us, oh, Remy cheated. Oh, Remy did. For all we know, them two might have been separated for 3 or 4 years. They might have been separated since the pandemic. For all we know, we don't know. But I tell you what, we don't know. They ain't told us, and it don't look like they gonna tell us. Okay, whatever they got going on is between the two. That's just like Tiana Taylor and Amani. If he wasn't such a bitch boy, we wouldn't have known what was going on with them, because when she filed the divorce paperwork, she filed it under initials so that it could stay private. He was the one that came down here and told his attorney he wanted the names to be released. Like, I can respect people who keep their business to themselves, even though my nosy ass be wanting to know. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. My nosy ass wants to know. But I respect people who don't tell us nothing. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. Okay. Right. True, because they both have. Now, I feel like if they actually were to go forward and file for divorce, they may put out a statement, and that'll be the end of it. If they do put out a statement, I think that's gonna be one and done. We're gonna get one little statement, and and that's it. They're gonna move on. That's just like Rihanna. Rihanna don't be telling us her business like that. Rihanna don't be telling us her business like that. Beyonce don't be telling us her business like that. Hell, Cardi B look like she about 8 months pregnant, and she still ain't said shit. And anybody out here that don't think that Cardi B is pregnant, I don't know what to tell y'all. Cardi B got something. Child. But she be keeping her business. Listen, as much as Cardi B come down here and talk, some stuff she keep to herself. She don't keep everything to herself. And sometimes I wish she would keep more to herself. Okay. But baby, I wonder what Remy have to pay spousal support. I'm sure she would, because at this point, they've been married. I'm sure they ain't had no prenup, child. When they got married, neither one of them had shit. Okay. I doubt that there's any sort of prenup. And I'm sure that Remy makes more money than him, even though, and also remember too, Papoose is on a lot of her business stuff. She's gonna, they've done a lot. They have a lot of, and maybe that's why they're not actually getting divorced right now, because they have a lot of business intertwined. So yeah, I mean, for them, it might be a business thing at this point. Not so much to stay together, but I mean, not Not that the marriage is a business, but them not officially divorcing. You know what I'm saying? Keep those that don't pay your bills out your business. Heard that all my life. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you know, I know it almost sounds like it's a contradiction because I do come down here and talk about other people's business. But let's be clear, if more people would keep their business to themselves, I really wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Like they want to keep coming down here and telling us their business, so I'm gonna keep coming down here and talk about it because I'm nosy. Right, they have that. Right, they have a home in North Carolina because she had opened up a beauty supply, a shop in North Carolina at one time. I'm sure it's closed by now. I'm sure the pandemic wiped that out. He's also a radio personality on Sirius. Oh, see, I didn't know that. So yeah, they probably have. I know that they have a lot of businesses. Well, not a lot, but I know they have businesses together. So anyway, I respect it. I'm sorry to hear that it ended, but you know, unfortunately in life, sometimes relationships run their course. You know, they say a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And sometimes it's just a season. Their season is up. But I respect that they're handling it. They're like, y'all can speculate all y'all want. We ain't going to come down here. We ain't confirming or denying nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm very private. I tell no ends, but my partner, my business. There you go. I really admire people like Sade. Her business stays her business. Close your damn blinds, curtains, and drapes, and nobody sees inside your house. Sade, we don't know what the hell be going on with Sade ass. Last we heard about Sade, she got arrested for the marriage Joanna down to Jamaica, and that was about 10 years ago. I ain't heard nothing about Sade. I don't know nothing about Sade, okay? And I don't need to. Just let her come down here. Your love is blind. That's all I care about. That's all I want. The forehead, the slick back, the lipstick. That's all I need from Sade. We good. Okay, y'all. Now, a couple of days ago, I came down here and told y'all that there was a person writing a tell-all book about the behind the scenes of the Big Brother, and CBS sent him a cease and desist and is threatening to sue him. Baby, he has doubled down. He said, listen, he stands behind everything that's in that book. He did his due diligence and he did his proper research. He said that you will not bully him. He told Sade, see, you got me saying Sade. He told CBS what you will not do is you will not bully me. Okay? You will not bully me. All right? And he said, you know, I'm a gay man. I have been bullied my whole life. And so if you thought that was gonna work, CBS, you should have hit me about 10 years ago when I was still scared of bullies. He said, I stand behind it. I just want to read the book. For those who didn't hear when I first talked about it, he is alleging that Big Brother purposefully cast racists and they refuse to cast transgender contestants on their show. Now they have casted gay men and gay women. But I guess they said they don't want to cast a transgender person. I don't know. I don't know. Janet Jackson, Kerry Washington, Halle Berry, and Beyonce do their jobs and don't tell us nothing. And you know what? At the end of the day, they really don't have to. I've told y'all that before. Again, as much as I love coming down here and talking about it, they really don't have to tell us nothing. Okay. When we hear about a lot of these Hollywood scandals, one of my favorite channels is Ashley. Is it Ashley Say So? And she gets into all these Hollywood scandals. Most of them are like Black Hollywood scandals. Maybe people just kept their business to themselves. And there was no social media. So I remember Mary J. Blige saying that. She said, man, if we had social media back in the 90s, baby. And now the more and more we hear these stories that come out about things that was going on back in the 80s and the 90s, you know, when I was growing up, I mean, me too. I love Ashley Says So. Oh my gosh, she's hilarious. One of y'all turned me on to her channel. I don't remember who told me about it, but this is about maybe a year or so ago. One of y'all turned me on, maybe about 2 years ago. One of y'all turned me on to her channel. And I love her. I love her. You hear me? I love all of her videos are good. The one about Gerald LeVert brothers was shocking. Oh, yeah. But you know what? I need to go back and I don't know if I did. I listen to that one. Because I miss y'all. Listen, I try to keep up with everything. I might not have. I don't know. I might have to go back and double check that one. Really, Sade girl, what she got arrested for having a big foot? No, for smoking the weed, the ganja down to. But like I said, that was about 10 years ago, child. Oh, the DeBarge family was terrible. Oh, that was tragic. Child, we ain't seen nothing. Janet Jackson did that 4-hour documentary, and all we saw her son was a hand. All we saw was that little boy hand. They got a glimpse of him trying to turn off the light, and we saw his hand. That's all we saw. But that is all we saw was his hand. Talk to him about him dying in jail. I know Eddie Levert has a lot of guilt behind that. You know, he said, you know, I wish he had just talked to me. He said, I could have gave him the money because remember his son went to jail for back child support. He said, I could have gave him the money, you know. But I know I must not have listened to that one, Ray. I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah. It also helps that they live in other countries too. Yeah, that's true too, Lauren. Yeah. What's the YouTube channel's name? It's Ashley Says So. If one of my moms could drop her link, it's Ashley Says So. If you just spell out like that, Ashley Says So, you can find it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this next story I'm about to talk about is a very sensitive story, so I don't want to offend anybody. So I'm gonna tell you guys now. I've been very delicate about talking about this story. Kiki Jabar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to be very careful about how I speak on this because you know she is no longer with us. There it is right there. For you guys, she does old Hollywood scandals, and she goes and baby, I've listened to some. I mean, talking about going back like Mom's Mabley and going back to like the 30s and the 40s, and then she's done some more, you know, more contemporary ones as well. Really, do you know the Shannon Sharpe and Katt going to do another interview? I mean, from a business perspective, I don't blame them. I mean, why not? You broke the fucking internet. You broke the internet. Why wouldn't you bring him back for a part 2? If I were his producer, I would be bringing him back for a part 2, part 3, and part 4 until the numbers weren't numbering anymore. Literally, Shannon Sharpe's interview with Katt Williams is the highest. It has the most views of any video on YouTube. He broke the internet with that interview. And not only did he break the internet with that interview, they cut that interview up into splices and he made a whole nother bag off of the short clips. I mean, am I interested in watching it again? No, I'm not. I'm not. But it'll probably do good numbers. It'll probably do very good numbers. It's not going to do as good as the first one. It's just like any other sequel. It ain't going to be as good as the first one. But it'll do good numbers. It'll make him a good little bag. Listen, I don't blame him. I watched when she did Lionel and Brenda. Yeah, I did the Brenda, the Lionel and Brenda Richie one too. Brenda went straight crump on Lionel and Diana at the belly. Yes, she did. I would have thought Katt would have gotten more opportunities after that. Why? Why would y'all think that? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We don't have to like it. We don't have to acknowledge it. But there are gatekeepers in Hollywood. They are. Whether it's Black Hollywood, white Hollywood, old Hollywood, new Hollywood, whatever. There are gatekeepers. The gatekeepers change. So Katt Williams has made his money by creating his own spaces, right? He does his own tours. He's always funded his own stuff. But as far as doing more like mainstream things, because let's be clear, Katt Williams ain't hurting for no money, right? He makes really, really good money doing his own thing. And because, sort of like with Tyler Perry, because he put his own money into it, everything he makes is pretty much profit. He's done specials with Netflix and all of those things. So he's good. But if you mean you're surprised he didn't get more opportunities like movies and things like that, you can't go on a 2-hour rant and call out all of the gatekeepers and expect to get a job. Now, I don't think he cares. I don't think he wants one. I think he's good doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? I honestly think that he's accepted that this is just his role and that he's not going to get a lot of those opportunities. That doesn't mean he won't get anything. I'm not saying that. That doesn't mean he will never get another opportunity. But like in that 2-hour interview, he called out everybody from Steve Harvey to Kevin Hart to Dave Chappelle. Well, no, he said, no, I'll take that. But rewind. Dave Chappelle is cool. He said Dave Chappelle was cool. But you don't have to like the Kevin Harts of the world. You don't have to like the Steve Harveys of the world. But you have to see the chessboard as it is. You can't look at the chessboard the way you want to look at the chessboard. You have to look at the chessboard the way the chessboard is set up. So I don't think he cares, because if he cared, he wouldn't be out here doing what he's doing, because he knows what it is. But I'm not surprised that ain't nobody who is busting down his door to work with him. Why would they? So Katt is ending one tour in August, and his next tour starts in January. Katt looking to sell tickets. Yeah. Eddie Murphy used to be a gatekeeper. Now Kevin Hart is Eddie Murphy is still a gatekeeper. Don't get it twisted. He's more on the back line, but please understand that Eddie Murphy is still very much a gatekeeper. Eddie Murphy has chosen the role that he's in now. Eddie Murphy could have kept making movies. Eddie Murphy could have kept doing all of the things. Eddie Murphy made his money, and he sits back. Let me tell you something. When Eddie Murphy started getting those Disney checks, that's when he was like, oh, wait a minute. Because I remember him saying that when they were on Oprah Winfrey years ago, when they had the cast of Shrek on Oprah Winfrey. So that lets you know how long ago this was. Eddie Murphy said it on there. He said, you going to pay me how much money to sit in my bathrobe in my basement? Oh, okay. When Eddie Murphy started making them Disney checks for his voice on all them cartoons, and he didn't have to leave his house. Eddie said, he said that on the Oprah show. He said, oh, I'm good. So yeah, no, Eddie Murphy is still very much a gatekeeper. Very much a gatekeeper. Right. Eddie said them voiceover. Absolutely he did. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Yeah, anyway, I said that. But yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's see here. I think we covered most of what I want to cover. Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't have much more information. Then we're gonna get into the Bravo news, and then we're gonna get into this Diddy, Tupac, and this Sean Kingston stuff. Okay. So Madonna's son then came down to the internet and told everybody that he is living on the streets. Yeah, I watched the new Beverly Hills Cop. I watched it on the plane coming back from Turks and Caicos. It's cute. Everybody giving Nick Cannon grief about his 10 kids, but Eddie's got 10 kids. Yeah, but see, it's the way it was done. Eddie Murphy has 10 kids. 8 of them kids came from his wife, or 7 of them came from his wife. He had a daughter before he got married with his ex-girlfriend. I believe her name was Lisa. And then he got married and had 6 or 7 kids by his wife. So that's a little different. He was married to Nicole, and Nicole had like 6 or 7 kids. And now he just got married to his current. Then he had a daughter with the Spice Girl. He had a daughter with the Spice Girl. And then he just married his girlfriend, and I think they got 3 kids together. So that's a little different than Nick Cannon every other month popping out somebody else pregnant. That's a little different. I mean, 10 kids is 10 kids, but that's a little bit different on how Eddie Murphy did it. Yeah, it's a little bit different on how he did it. So, yeah. I don't think that's a comparison. Check out Ashley says, so Eddie Murphy, okay, Nicole had a baby the same year his girlfriend had a baby. Well, child, look, I didn't say he was faithful to his wife. I just said that most of them kids came from his wife now. Yeah, all of them are grown except for the last 3. Julian, I'm gonna be honest with you again. Well, we ain't gonna get into that Nick Cannon story again. I don't agree with that. Julian said, I think it's okay to have a lot of kids if you can afford to raise them, and Nick certainly can. No, let me not say that. You can have as many kids as you can afford. I agree with that, period. Point blank. I agree with that. I feel, but the Nick Cannon thing, I just think I don't like it. But whatever. Okay. Is that Madonna's son with Guy Ritchie or what? I think it's her. It's the black one. It's the adopted son. It's the little black boy. The one she stole from Africa. And I know Africa's a continent and not a country. I just don't remember the name of the country. But the one she stole, the little baby she stole from that man out in Africa, he said that he didn't understand what he was signing. And he didn't know that Madonna was taking his child. Yeah, that's the Spice Girl vintage. Mel B is the Spice Girl. So anyway, he can't physically be there for all his kids, especially since they're close in age. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that is selfish that you just got kids all like. Anyway, I ain't going down to the Nick. I ain't going back down that Nick Cannon. Listen, he been quiet. I feel like he gonna be like Candyman. You say his name 3 times, he gonna pop up with another baby. So I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Because I feel like if we keep calling his name, he been leaving us alone. You know, their names we just don't say over here because they've been leaving us alone. Okay. I think you can have plenty amount of kids if it's the same person. Also, Nick has a chronic disease. That's just probably I miss everything apart from the last word of Nick. That's why I said. No problem, Julian. Listen, and you have a right to your opinion. Julian, you have a right to your opinion, boo. Yeah. You ain't got to agree with me. Yeah. Nick Cannon looks stressed the F out every time. He probably is. Shoot. All right. So, let's see. We talked about this. We talked about that. We talked about this. That, the other. Okay. All right, let's get over to some Bravo news. Oh, I was going to tell y'all about Kiki. I'm sorry, I was going to talk to y'all about Kiki Jabar. All right, down to the Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we know that Kiki Jabar passed away last month or earlier this month. And like I said, I've been very sensitive about how I've talked about things. But there's a story floating around the Love and Marriage Huntsville YouTube streets that the insurance company is threatening to not pay her policy. Now, I feel like over the next couple of months, I'm going to have to come down here and just say, I told you so a lot. Because I be telling y'all stuff. I told y'all my eye in the sky. She here now. She around here now. My eye in the sky been sliding me information, and I've been giving it to y'all the best way I can, okay? Sometimes I can come right out and say stuff, and other times I got to kind of say it a little bit on the side, and y'all got to just read between the lines, okay? But I came down here, and I told y'all what was going on with Kiki. I told y'all that the story that was circulating about Kiki is not necessarily accurate. The story that they came down here and told us is that she fell asleep in her car and she passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning. I told y'all that story was not necessarily accurate. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all that the family did not necessarily want the story to get out of what really happened to Kiki. But if you pay attention to what her uncle said, her uncle told on himself. If you listen to when the uncle came down here and cussed everybody out and told Wanda not to come to the funeral and called Wanda, Letitia, a bunch of MFers and said that the show ruined her and the show was the reason why he said if it wasn't for this show, my niece would be alive today. Explain to me if that story is true, let's just walk down that road, y'all. Let's just walk down the road for a second. If that's what really happened, how would the show have anything to do if this woman came home from work after a long day or wherever she was and she was just tired? How did her falling asleep in her car with a non-running car give her carbon monoxide poisoning to the point where she passed away? And how would that have anything to do with Love and Marriage Huntsville? I need y'all to connect some dots here. The uncle said in his rant, I ain't gonna play the rant, but the uncle said in his rant that they told the show she wasn't ready. Letitia told the show she wasn't ready for this. She couldn't handle it because they knew what she was dealing with. They knew her struggle with substance abuse, and she wasn't that far in her sobriety. And they said Letitia told production she couldn't handle this. Now, if that woman just came home and fell asleep in her non-running vehicle and passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning, what would that have to do with the show? No one should have made a statement. No one. It's customary for insurance companies to investigate before paying out. Everyone should have remained quiet and released a basic statement. Under certain circumstances, Julian, under certain circumstances. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know what story they told, what was told to the insurance company. I know that's the story they told the public. That doesn't mean that that's the story that the insurance, because the insurance company is going to get a copy of the death certificate. I mean, they're going to get all of that stuff. And the death certificate either is or isn't going to say carbon monoxide poisoning. If that's how she died, that's what the death certificate is going to say, right? Depending on the situation, there may be an autopsy. Autopsy is going to give you all of that, correct? So again, y'all, I want y'all to use your nugget, and I want y'all to think about, since a lot of y'all are in the chat are saying we don't believe, none of us really believe that story. So think about what could possibly be the holdup if that story is true. We don't even know if that story is true. But if that story is true, what could possibly be the holdup? If that story is true. Anyway, I want, Wanda still coming down here talking. I wish Wanda would stop. I just, some things get to a point where they're not cute anymore. Wanda and her shenanigans just aren't cute anymore. It used to be, I was always hot and cold with Miss Wanda because sometimes it was cute and sometimes I was like, okay, she's doing too much. But at this point, it's not a show, Wanda. Like when you were on the show and maybe you were trying to do too much for the camera or for camera time, but this is not a show. This is not a show. This is your niece. And I wish you would just shut up. I really do. I feel, hold on. Hold on, what did it say? I feel if the first statement was never given before the family, the uncle would have been upset to give more controversial information. Therefore, this is why insurance companies are investigating. Lexi says, I heard that the autopsy is still being reviewed and has not been released yet. Yeah. It hasn't, to my knowledge, it hasn't been released yet. To my knowledge, it has not been released yet. I agree 100%. You really be. People are going to learn to keep their mouths closed. Wanda needs to stuff her mouth with one of those nasty looking potatoes. I ain't doing this with y'all. All right. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all because I heard that story floating around the YouTube streets. But moving forward, let's get over to Bravo. So they said that the ladies down to the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they have filmed a makeshift reunion. Your toxicology reports take a very long time. Absolutely. Fun fact, state of Alabama court records are public, both civil and criminal. Ooh. Well, then, Lexi, I know that. That means that all of them Love and Marriage Huntsville people going to jump on it. So as soon as it becomes public, somebody going to come down here and tell it. Wanda was on IG today still talking smack, saying she'll be back to Tuesday to clear the air about Funky and other things. She was defending Funky the other day, so they said that the ladies of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they have filmed a makeshift reunion. They said it's more of a watch party. So they are going to, I guess, watch the last episode and kind of give their feedback on what happened, what didn't happen, how they feel. They've divided the cast up based on basically Team Teresa and Team Melissa. So in the room with Teresa is Teresa, Jennifer Aiden, Dolores, and Jackie Goldschneiger. And then in the other room, it's the rest of the cast, child. They filmed it, or they're going to film it in July. And I said July, it is July. And Andy is not going to be there. So this is not going to be a moderated conversation, which means that I am not interested. Because all it's going to be is the people who agree with Teresa agreeing with whatever Teresa says, and the people who agree with Melissa agreeing with whatever Melissa says. And that is pretty much it. What I will say is that the other side of the other team, the Melissa people, it's not so much pro Melissa as it is anti Teresa. Because Marge, I mean, it's not the people who don't support Teresa aren't necessarily saying Melissa's right. They're just like, we can't rock with Teresa. So I don't even think it's a team Melissa so much as it's a anti-Teresa, if that makes any sense. I'll be watching, but they need to revamp New Jersey. There will be a moderator. From my understanding, it's just going to be them in a room doing a watch party, watching the last episode and talking about it. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, Ms. Bay thing, but that's what's being reported is that Andy is not there. Andy probably said, I ain't going to be a part of that bull hockey. This may be something they're doing on their own, or they're doing with the production company that's not coming through Bravo per se. Because I feel like Andy is not with that. Like, I feel like Andy is like, that's stupid and I'm not participating. You know what I mean? Plus, that's double work for him. So you want him to basically do 2 reunions? I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it either. If y'all can't be grown as adults and sit in a room and let's have a conversation and let's try to come to some resolution, I ain't doing it either. I'm with Andy. If we can't have a conversation and we can't resolve some things, I'm done with it too. Y'all sit over there and I'm going to sit over here. New Jersey has the best cast to me. I'm going to be honest with you, Danielle. I'm enjoying New Jersey. This is only my 3rd season. Is this my 3rd season doing New Jersey, y'all? I think it's my 3rd season. I think it's my 3rd season. And I'm loving New Jersey. I'm absolutely positively loving New Jersey. I've already, for those who don't know, I do the retro reviews where I've been going back. Y'all told me I needed to go back to the beginning so I could understand what's going on. And I have. And it does help me understand some things. I ain't gonna lie. So y'all were good on that. But yeah, I do think that they're gonna have to do something. If these ladies can't figure out a way to sit in a room together and film and give us, some content, they're going to have to do something. And it may not turn out the way people think it's going to turn out. That's all I'm going to say about that. Teresa is absolutely a cash cow for Bravo. However, Teresa has also gotten caught up in some scandal this season where her and Jennifer Aiden, it's been proven that her and Jennifer Aiden were leaking stories to bloggers. Hell, Jennifer Aiden was given advance copies of the damn show. Like, Jennifer Aiden should get fired. Let's be clear. Based on what has come out about what Jennifer Aiden is proven, and she even admitted it. Jennifer Aiden should absolutely be fired. Yeah. She should be fired. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Anyway, so that's what's happening down to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, child, Drew came down here and told us that her and Ralph are still living in the same house, that he just living in the basement and she living upstairs. Of course, they're living in the same house. You know why they're living in the same house? Because they're going through this divorce. Ralph bought that house. I don't know if Drew's name is on it and Ralph's name. I don't know, but the house is probably a part of the divorce, just like Kim and Croy were living in that house together until it got foreclosed on and they had to move out or whatever the hell is going on with the two of them. But it happens all the time when married couples are still living together through the divorce until a judge tells them what they need to do. They haven't had that house long enough to really have any equity in it. Yeah, the house is an asset and they just bought it. I mean, they literally just bought that house 3 years ago. There can't be nothing in it to really say, oh, we're going to sell it and split it. And depending on how they bought the house and the interest rates and stuff like that, they might be upside down in that damn house. It might not be nothing to split. So, yeah, they still living in the same house. So, again, it's only in Ralph's name. Well, yeah. So, but it's a marital asset depending on whatever prenup they have. They're still living together because of the divorce, not because of anything more than that. Ralph probably refuses to leave, and so does Drew. So they waiting for a judge to make a decision about what they're gonna do with the damn house, right? Y'all know that's her storyline this season. Y'all know that that's what Drew is talking about. Ralph also wants half of her music publishing. If you leave for longer than 6 months, excuse me, you'll lose residency. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm sure it's her storyline. It'll be interesting to see if Ralph actually films. Because if I was Ralph, I wouldn't be filming nothing. Because you know she needs you for a storyline. I wouldn't be filming ish. They might as well live as roommates until they build equity. Hey. What's up with GA and those couples getting divorced and remaining in the same home? Hit the road, Jack. Money or not, you got to go. But it depends on the divorce laws in Georgia. It depends on, the way the laws are written. It depends on whether they had a prenup or what the prenup said. I mean, like in Porsha's case, we know that her prenup, she has a right to that house. That's why she's still in it. Because the prenup says she gets to keep the house until the prenup says she gets to stay in the house until they decide what to do with it. Whether that means sell it, whether that means she can stay in it or whatever, but she has a right to stay in the home until they resolve it. And that's what Simon is fighting. Because Simon is like, well, that's not fair. She didn't buy the house. I bought the house. Well, you shouldn't have signed off on the damn prenup. See, that's the part I ain't understanding. You a businessman. For 2 years. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. You really got me today, boo. Thank you. Yeah, for 2 years. So my thing is, you signed the damn prenup. Now, I mean, I understand you didn't realize that the marriage wasn't going to last for 2 years, but you signed the prenup. So you fighting it because why? You signed it. You negotiated. You're a businessman. Don't you negotiate contracts for a living? So what you mad for? Anyway, regardless of how you feel about Porsha has a right. She's only enforcing the daggone prenup. Now, all I'm gonna say this though to Porsha: what's good for the goose is good for the gander. When there might be stuff that ain't gonna go your way. So the same way you want him to follow the prenup, you better do the same thing. Thank you, Tamara, for being a member for 42 months. Yes, boo. Mwah. Thank you so much. If they need to film Ralph, Simon, and Mark and the husband spinoff, you want to talk about bitter baddies. That's what they need to call it. Bitter baddies. All right. Married to Medicine has wrapped. Season 11 has wrapped filming. Dr. Heavenly posted on her social media last night. She said that's a wrap, and she wanted to thank everybody for this wonderful season. So Married to Medicine is done. Now, when are we going to get Married to Medicine? I have no idea. But I feel like we're going to get Married to Medicine sooner rather than later since Real Housewives of Atlanta has been pushed back. So clearly I'm not in charge of programming down to the Bravo. But I feel like we should get a Married to Medicine late fall going into winter. Like, I feel like we should be getting Married to Medicine like in November. Right now, we have the Real Housewives of Orange County just started. New Jersey is ending in 3 weeks. We only have 3 more episodes in New Jersey, so that'll be over by the middle of August. Even if they stretch it out, that'll be over by the middle of August, late August. Dubai will be done probably by the end of August, early September. We know that Salt Lake City, their season, we have a full season of Salt Lake City in the can. So maybe we'll get Salt Lake City in September going into November. So I feel like that's when we should get a Married to Medicine. Is November, December. Because what else? I mean, they don't have a Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know when they'll be able to get us anything for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But that'll be, if we can get, the soonest I think we can get anything from Atlanta would be November, December. And that's pushing it. Like, that's pushing it. Potomac has filmed. I think they're finishing up. If they're not already done, they're finishing up. I know they went on their second cash trip a couple of weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. They went on their second cash trip. So Potomac is finishing up. So yeah. So I feel like we're gonna get Married to Medicine by the end of the year. I think. Now I could be wrong. They may push it to the beginning of the year, but it's done. Now we did confirm our new doctor. Her name is Dr. Marika, I'm gonna say Marika Sanders. They call her Mimi Child. She is a psychiatrist. She goes by Dr. Mimi for short. She was spotted filming with the cast and just released photos from production. Purveyors of pop and sources are sharing new information about her. So here's what we know. She is married to former NFL player Steve Sanders. She calls herself your favorite psychiatrist, and she is the CEO and medical director of Inner Community Health, a mental health center she founded alongside her husband. The couple share 2 young children and are repeatedly friends of returning cast member Dr. Contessa Metcalf and her husband Scott, which explains their introduction to the group. Oh, that's right. I forgot I found out that Contessa was back. Contessa was back, honey. Married to Medicine recently wrapped filming. Okay, that was it. I just wanted to make sure I got everything. Okay. So that's who we have coming back this season, y'all. We have Dr. Contessa and her husband. I heard they're going to be doing a holiday rollout for Atlanta. Think the Grinch who stole the peach. Not the Grinch who stole the peach. Okay, so we might be getting Atlanta by the end of the year. So they usually try to give us Atlanta and Married to Medicine at the same time. So I feel like, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what Bravo doing. But we know that we have a new season of Salt Lake City. We now know we have Married to Medicine. We know we have Potomac wrapping up. They have not started filming Miami. Don't know anything. I haven't heard anything about them filming Dubai. New York. Oh, New York. We have a new season of the reboot of New York. So they have some stuff now. I don't know why it take them so long to be rolling it out, but we got some stuff coming. All right, so that's my Bravo news. All right. Let's see. Oh, let me say this before we get into which I want next. Put it in the chat so I know. Y'all want the Diddy story next, or do y'all want the Sean Kingston story next? Y'all tell me which I want next. But let me give y'all this. If you have AT&T for your mobile service, y'all know there was a data breach at AT&T. Please call in and update all of your information. I just tried to pay my bill a couple of days ago, and it wouldn't take any of my security stuff. It kept saying, I don't know if you guys know, when you have AT&T, you have a PIN. If you call in, or you call on the phone, or there's a PIN you have to put in. It was saying that my PIN was wrong, and I know it's my PIN because it's been my PIN for as long as I've had an AT&T account, and that's been years. So I know what my PIN is. So they were like, oh no, that PIN wasn't working. So they kept trying to tell me my PIN was wrong, and I kept telling them. And I even tried another PIN that I thought maybe, I've used it. I was like, maybe. So then they were like, okay, well, we can do it. Let me just give you a security question. So the security question they asked me was something crazy that I've never, it was like, what was your favorite superhero as a kid? I was like, I don't remember ever answering that question. But if I had ever answered that question, there's only one person, well, 2 people that I would call my favorite hero. And I gave them both names, and they were like, no, those aren't right. And so they finally had to, let me tell you what they had to do, y'all, to verify it was me. Mind you, they could have asked me a million other questions, right? They could have asked me a lot of other things other than my favorite superhero, but okay. They literally had to call me while I was on the phone with them on my other line, merge the call to verify that was my phone number. Mind you, that don't confirm it's me. So I'm saying that if you, no, Superman is not my favorite superhero. But if you have an AT&T account, please go, because the lady said it's probably because of a data breach that my information was wrong. So please call and update your information. Try to log in from your app on your phone or on the computer, however you pay your bill. If you have your bill set up on an auto draft, you need to just call in and just verify everything if you have AT&T. Because, you know, you read this stuff in the news, and nobody, knock on wood, nobody has tried to breach anything that I know of yet. I ain't caught nothing, but just make sure you update that stuff. Oh, I wasn't mad, Mo Walker. I wasn't mad. I was just like, this is crazy that y'all are telling me that the security information that I'm giving y'all is wrong when I know it's right. It was crazy. But y'all just make sure y'all update y'all stuff. Okay. All right. I'm going to give y'all the Diddy stuff first, because the Sean Kingston stuff might take a little bit longer. Okay. No, they said your childhood superhero. I ain't know nothing about no Black Panther when I was a kid. I know who my favorite childhood superhero was, and it ain't Black Panther, it ain't Superman, it's not Spider-Man. I know who it is, and I know what I would have said if I had actually answered that question. I know what I would have said, but that ain't it. So anyway, so I told y'all that over the next couple of months, I feel like I'm gonna be saying "I told you so" a lot. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I thought I got some information. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you, Tracy. I see it now, boo. I heard that the FBI has him in custody and alleged trafficking conspiracy charges. So let me say this. I told y'all my little eye in the sky been giving me a lot of information. And I told y'all earlier this week or late last week, I told y'all that Diddy is going to be allegedly linked to the death of Tupac, possibly the death of Biggie. And I even told y'all there's a John Doe, which allegedly is Kid Cudi. I told y'all that. Now we know that sex trafficking is connected and all of those things. But wait a minute, hold on. That they're offering him a queen for a day deal, which withholds his arrest from public sector if he rolls on the other members. Ooh. Yeah, I've seen where they've offered queen for the day deals to other people. That's interesting. We don't have 300 in the room. You want a pork chop sandwich? Sorry, we don't. Yeah, we don't. You know, y'all know when I take a vacation, y'all know before I went to Turkey Caicos, we was getting 300 in the room on a regular basis. And now we back to, you know, between 100 and 200. But it's all good. It's all good. Y'all know how YouTube do. You take a couple of days off, child, and they be playing with you. But it's okay. Maybe if you're nice to Chef Don, he'll go ahead and open up the kitchen for you, even though we don't have 300 people, Chuck. You are a VIP member. He may go ahead and fry you up something, Chuck. He may fry you up something. You got to be nice to him, though. So Radar Online is reporting the following. I'm going to read you guys this article that Radar Online is reporting, and it's right in line with what I've been telling y'all, with what my eye in the sky has been telling me, okay? So listen carefully. Oh, sorry. It says, court filings have revealed that the man charged with Tupac's unaliving, Keith D, was a confidential police informant who tried to implicate hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs in the rapper's death. The damning 179-page document filed by the Las Vegas prosecutors alleges that Keith worked undercover with the LAPD detectives after volunteering information about his role in Tupac's fatal shooting. The court papers detail how Keith, known as Dwayne Davis, became an informant after getting caught trafficking a large amount of drugs by the task force. Despite denying involvement in Biggie Smalls' murder, Keith provided a recorded confession to the police about how he and his gang killed Tupac in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in 1996. Keith claimed that Diddy offered him $1 million for Tupac's murder, which was reportedly paid to a gangster named Eric Zip Martin. Prosecutors alleged that Keith even flew to New York in 2009 to corroborate the conspiracy to kill Tupac. According to prosecutors, Keith is acting in an undercover capacity, ran into Zip on the street as he approached his workplace. Mr. Martin greeted defendant excitedly, and they had a social conversation. Mr. Martin indicated he was out of the business, but directed him to contact his drug activities with the nephew. Thereafter, defendant and Mr. Martin socialized in Mr. Martin's restaurant for several hours. The court also implicated Diddy further, with prosecutors summarizing Keith's interview to suggest his involvement in orchestrating Tupac's assassination. Despite Keith's hopes of being released on bail, a judge denied his request, citing concerns over the source of the funds. Prosecutors are opposing his release as they present a slew of evidence against him, including newly unearthed information that places him in Las Vegas on the night of Tupac. Mentioned that Keith's wife's name was used to book a room at the Monte Carlo resort where the murder took place, rising suspicions about his presence at the scene. The latest court filings linking Diddy to Tupac's murder came after he was accused of sex trafficking former adult film star in a lawsuit filed earlier this month. It is the latest in a string of lawsuits accusing the rap mogul. Okay, so it just goes on to talk about what we already know about Diddy. Now, didn't I tell y'all that last week? Now, some of this information y'all already know. It's already been out there. But the fact that the Las Vegas Police Department, prosecutors have filed a 179-page addendum to make the connection. Hey, Xavier Boo. He was on audio tape. I heard the tape in a documentary that's on Peacock. Yep. So I told you guys that. I know you guys aren't surprised to hear it, but just know that I told you that these things are ongoing. Hey, Diva, I was thinking about you earlier today. I really was. For some reason, you were on my mind. I hope you're doing well, boo. I told you guys, what was it, earlier this week about it? We've been talking about it. So again, I'm going to go back to what I've been telling y'all. Just wait. We got Tracy on Southern District of New York watch. I don't think that this summer is going to end well for Diddy. That's all I got to say about that. I do not think this summer is going to end well for Diddy. They're moving in silence. Sure are. I've lived in Cali for over 25 years. It was always said Diddy had something to do with it out here in these streets. Now proving it was the issue. Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. We've heard Diddy's name connected to a lot of stuff that we're now coming to pass. Like, oh, wait a minute. We've always heard that. We've always heard that. We've always heard that. So, yeah, a lot of this information is not new information, you guys. It's just a matter of connecting. It's just a matter of connecting the dots. What I heard is that it's a federal case. That there's now, are there local charges? Yeah, like you see, Las Vegas is Las Vegas has some charges, but I heard that there is a federal case coming. I heard that it's a potential RICO charge. That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that it's a potential RICO charge. All right, y'all. Speaking of federal charges, Sean Kingston and his mama were officially charged federally. Now, we know they had them local charges, but it looks like they were hit with a federal charge. Tracy pulled the case for us. Once again, shout out Tracy. Thank you, my boo. We ain't going to read through this whole lawsuit. We just going to read the hot spots, child. We're going to read the hot spots. Because it looked like Sean Kingston and his mama was out here hitting licks, honey. Hitting licks. All right. This was filed on July the 11th of 2024. The indictment. I'm going to read you guys the counts, and then we're going to go through the the statement of facts. That's what we're going to get through. So this is the United States of America versus Janice Eleanor Turner and Keyshawn Paul Anderson, aka Sean Kingston. Count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Hold on. Count 2, wire fraud. You know how they got to go through all of this. So hold on, I'm scrolling down. Oh, Lord, wait a minute, y'all. They got the... Hold on, I'm going to come back to that. Child, they got the text messages and everything else in here. Jeez, Monini. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so let me go back up and read this then. Let me go back up and read it. Okay, so count 1. Beginning on or about April 11th of 2023 and continuing until on or about March 29th of 2024 in Broward County in the Southern District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendants, Janice Turner and Keyshawn Anderson, did willfully with intent to further the object of the conspiracy and knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with others known and unknown to the grand jury to commit wire fraud. That is to knowingly and with intent to defraud, devise, and intend to devise a scheme and artifice to defend and to obtain money and property by means of materially false, fraudulent pretense, representation, and promises. Hold on, give me a second. Keyshawn Anderson, aka Sean Kingston, initiated and engaged in direct messaging via Instagram and other social media platforms with victims for the purchase of vehicles, jewelry, and other goods and services. Once terms had been agreed upon, Keyshawn and Janice Turner continued discussion via text messaging regarding the timing of delivery, installation, and payment of the goods and services purchased. Utilizing and leveraging his celebrity status, Sean Kingston often persuaded his victim vendors to stray from their regular business practices and convinced them to either supply or deliver their goods and services prior to receipt of full payment. In support of purported payment to the victim vendors, sent via text message fraudulent documents purporting to memorialize that either bank wire or other monetary transfers had been initiated on their behalf, Sean Kingston and Janice Eleanor therefore would either discontinue communication with the victim vendors or claim additional payments were forthcoming, and despite non-payment would retain the property. Count 2, again, wire fraud, did the same thing. It was the purpose of the scheme for the defendants and co-conspirators to unjustly enrich themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers as payment for vehicles, jewelry, and other goods purchased by the defendants, when in fact no such bank wire or other monetary payment transfers had been executed. Ciao. And then they have a list of dates and times of when these things happen. So they have count 2, count 3, count 4, count 5, and count 6. On May the 15th of 2023, transmission of a text message and attachment from wireless phone number. They put the phone number. I'm not going to read y'all. That's why I didn't put it up on the screen, because it has phone numbers and stuff. I ain't putting no phone numbers up here. From this phone number to another phone number containing a purported First Republic Bank wire transfer receipt in the amount of $53,000 for the purchase of a vehicle, which traveled from Florida through computer servers located in either Georgia, Texas, or Missouri. On October the 24th of 2023, a text message and attachment from the phone number to another phone number containing a purported Bank of America wire transfer in the amount of $285,000 for the purchase of a watch. Now, the fact that the watch costs how much 3 times as much as the car that's a problem. But anyway, which traveled from Florida through computer service located in either Georgia, Texas, or Missouri. On November the 21st of 2023, again, another text message to show a First Republic Bank wire transfer of $159,000 for the purchase of a vehicle, which traveled from Florida through computer service in either Georgia, Texas, or Missouri. January the 15th of 2024, again, text message containing a purported Novo payment confirmation receipt in the amount of $40,000 for the purchase of AV electronic equipment, which traveled from Florida through computer service, And on March the 14th of 2024, so this is as recently as March, a Bank of America wire transfer receipt in the amount of $480,000 for the purchase of 2 watches, which traveled from Florida through computer service in Texas, Georgia, or Missouri. Ciao. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. So he has now been federally indicted for basically trying to ball out and lying about the money, child. That's what it sounds like. He went into these people's place of business. Well, it sounded like he didn't even go into their place of business. But once they found, and see, this is why I'm talking about, that's why businesses need to stop being starstruck and stop bending your rules and bending your policies for people. Just because he's Sean Kingston and you know that at one point in time he probably had a lot of money, you don't know where his bank account stay right now. And you're going to sit there and let this man conduct these types of transactions over a computer via text messaging. That don't even make no sense. I mean, I know we do a lot of stuff through the computer these days, but I'm sorry. If your policy is one thing, don't bend your rules because this person is a quote unquote celebrity. If your policy is that the policies are there to protect yourself. You wouldn't let no Joe Blow off the street do all of this through a text message for no $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. That's crazy as hell. Now that doesn't alleviate Sean Kingston and his mama from allegedly being thieves, but y'all gotta stop bending the rules for these people. Y'all gotta stop bending the rules for these people. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Tomorrow morning, y'all will get Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all know I usually do that around 11 o'clock in the morning. So y'all will see me if y'all will be on the other channel. So if you want Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's going to be on the other channel. Okay. It's going to be over there. And then, like I said, I'm going to try to get back on I do have some work to do tomorrow for that workshop that I'm in. I got to do that tomorrow. So once I'm done with that, we may get New Jersey tomorrow evening. Oh, no, New Jersey don't come on. Does New Jersey come on? Yes, it does. So we may get New Jersey tomorrow evening, child. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys. And you guys continue. Oh, I got hair in my necklace. Child, I popped my other necklace in Turks and Caicos. My crab, the one that has my crab on it, I popped it in Turks and Caicos, child. We was in the pool. I said, wait a minute, my necklace broke. So I'm gonna get that fixed. I think it kept getting stuck in my braids, and I think it just popped because I like this hairstyle, but this hair gets tangled. This hair is getting tangled, but I like this hairstyle, I really do. So I'm not even gonna worry about getting it fixed until I get these braids out, because I ain't gonna put it back on until after I take these braids out, because I don't want to get pop again. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Yes, Chuck, $400,000 for 2 watches. That don't even make no sense. Don't even make no sense. I'll talk to y'all later, though. Mwah. I don't know what this hair is, Des Hop. Don't get me telling no lies. I don't know what this hair is. Y'all know I don't know about hair. I doubt it's human hair, though. But I don't know that to be a fact. Whatever they use for the braids. I don't know. All right, y'all.